that authority piece constructed of the should ask questions, not the frequently asked questions, guiding your expertise where you're guiding people to avoid the things they don't even know what's around the corner that can derail the project, make them hate it.
Welcome to the Business Ownership Podcast, brought to you by Awareness Strategies, helping you navigate the waters between entrepreneurship and ownership. Hey there, peeps. This is Michelle Nedelec, and I am super glad that you're here with us today because I'm here with my most amazing guest, Jeff. Jeff, thank you so much for being here with us today.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be with you.
Awesome. So give us a 5,000-foot view of who you are and a little highlight of your business.
5,000-foot view. I'm used to 10, 20, and
10,
30.
20.
Imagine that. Michelle marches to the beat of her own
Okay,
drum.
6
Imagine
feet,
that
come on. Somebody that's stalking you, what do they find out about you?
Yeah, so 5,000-foot view. So I'm a visionary at heart. I'm the kind of guy that'll go to the high dive, jump off, and figure out how to fill the pool on the way down if there's not enough water or no water in the pool. I've got a handful of businesses that I'm involved in. Some I co-own directly, some I consult in. But really what keeps me going is just like bringing new ideas to fruition through vehicles that I own, like my retail mattress store, things I consult in, like the Links Golf Cafe franchise I'm a part of, and then the other business owners that I help. So I love the creation process and then bringing it through. And I'm one of those visionaries that has the empathetic heart to understand, like, you can't just snap. It's not just fairy dust and it happens, right? Like, there has to be some detail. There has to be some implementation. So, but I'm best with having people help me with that. So was that a good 5,000-foot view?
That was. And what are you doing for business right now? What's your one kind of the thing that you're focused on right now?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's really my big ticket life brand. I've got my retail mattress store as a machine that operates with my team that runs it. I've got some pretty advanced and hardcore knee replacement surgery coming up. It's more than the average surgery in February that I have that planned for. So, like, I'll be out for probably 4 weeks, not weight bearing, and yeah, there's a lot with bones around the knee that are involved. And, I'm not stressing that at all. Right. And I think that's the first question a lot of business owners have to ask is, if you got to have a similar operation like Jeff has to have, what happens to your business?
Right.
Do you really have a business? If the answer is, I can't afford to have that happen, I can't ever get in a car wreck, my business would fall apart. I wouldn't make payroll. Well,
it helps them drive better.
Right. Yeah. Commits to
That's
10
good.
and 2. Right. Yeah. Yeah. But
let's talk about the big ticket life business and how did you get into that in particular? How did that get started?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've had revenue and income in my life from, and I don't like the word coaching consulting because I don't feel it's the value in what I do for the people I work with. I know that's what you do. I know that's your business.
No, it's not.
And it's not. Okay. Well, maybe you don't like the words either.
I don't like those words either.
So yeah. Okay. There we go. We don't like them at
all. I'm good. So explain to me why you're not good with it.
Yeah. I mean, really at the core, I'm an ally for an integrator, the kind of business that's well established. That owner loves turning the wrenches, so to say. They're great with their teams. They're well established in the community, have a great reputation, but they're insular. They're stuck in their industry. They got these constraints of what their industry says. I'm their ally to push them forward, to look at their pricing structure, look at their service offerings and products, and push them outside their industry norms. And really, it's cliched, but like Disneyfy their business, really amp up that experience process, and take them to a level that their industry peers aren't doing, that they thought they wouldn't be able to do. Now, I've been having revenue from those kinds of actions for about 7 years now, I guess 2014, whatever, 9 years, whatever that
time flies.
Timeline is, 2014 to now, right?
Yeah.
So, but as of recent, I've really kind of honed in on it because a personal goal for me is 5-6 years, once our youngest is off to college, he's chasing a dream of college football, and we feel he can get there. You know, is it going to be a D1 school? Don't know, but definitely D2, we think is right there. But that dream for us is to do the RV lifestyle and then be able to take in all the kids' games, live that RV life, but at the same time, go around to the businesses that I'm involved in and visit them and have a meaning. If I'm their ally, if I'm with them in the business, really have an important relationship and be able to visit those businesses and really have a couple handfuls of key relationships. That's the big vision for me.
Nice. I love it. I love it. I love it. So when you're working with clients, let's talk about you've talked about the taking action, and I get that it's kind of an amalgamation. Is there kind of a process that you take people through when they're working with you?
Yeah. I mean, I always look at putting in what I like to call my big ticket methodology. One is establishing what's that premium price position that's available in their market. What opportunity exists there? What premium level of service? And then are you committed to backing it up with experience? Because the experience is what constantly elevates the premium price position in my mind. You can just say, I'm going to charge $10,000, you know, for whatever. But if the experience isn't there, it's pretty empty, and you're not going to have the reviews, you're not going to have the fans and the referrals to back it up for long. So I'll explore that premium price position, see what we can't do to elevate that. Behind that, I love putting in an authority piece. So whether that's through a podcast like what we're doing today, a book. I love books. I mean, like in my retail business, here's all the books. These are all the books that we have just for the retail business. Okay. And guides. I think there's some guides in there too. And maybe that's it. Maybe it is a guide. Maybe it doesn't need a book, but an authority piece where you're the expert, where rather than a business card, you plunk down this piece in front of them. Rather than a business card, it's, hey, go to my YouTube channel and answer that question on episode 74. You know, those kinds of authority positions are important. And then experiential touch points. Like I love doing those. So like, again, in my retail business, we've got this thing called the dream room. So private room looks like a hotel suite. We'll move the demo model in. You can close the door, take a nap, read a book, watch TV. Just don't do anything you don't want mom to see. And you get to relax. And when you do that with us, we now waive any and all fees related to the Comfort Exchange program we offer. So your time investment rewards, we reward you for that. And nobody's offering that type of experience. And then the last one is going to be what I like to call E equals MC squared. Make complexity look simple. So behind every action is a lot of things, but everybody's on the same page. The complexity of a business directly equates to its value. The simpler it is, the easier it is to Google something, the more perilous of a position you're in.
Nice. I love that. So who would you say you love to serve and support? Who's your ideal?
Say that again.
Who would you serve and support? Who's your ideal client?
Yeah, so for me, it's definitely somebody selling face to face. As I like to say, you know, the battle on Main Street, right? Now, this doesn't mean you have to have your business on the main street in your town, but you're typically a brick and mortar facility of some sorts. So I'm not an e-commerce guy. It's just not my thing. I don't like sitting in front of a computer, so I just don't gravitate towards those kinds of businesses where the computer is instrumental to doing business.
As he's standing in front of the computer at this point and still pacing back and forth. Are we done yet? Are we done yet?
Right.
So do something.
Yeah. So face-to-face business, typically it's a bigger ticket, low frequency of purchase. So like home remodelers, HVAC, you know, the fun toy stuff like boats, motorcycles, you know, a luxury car, not Lamborghini, but like, you know, like luxury car for me is the 1974 blue F-250 Bigfoot truck. Like, I don't want a Lambo. I don't fit in it. That's my luxury car, right? Like that's on my board to go get. So things like that, where it's a bigger ticket purchase, more considered, low frequency, where there's an opportunity to just blow the doors off the competition with experience and establish authority around that purchase. Because there's so many questions for the customer. There's so much unknown because how many people remodel their home in a lifetime? Like once in a lifetime you do that, maybe two,
You would hope.
Right.
Yeah, I hope you do it right the first time. If anybody's ever been through remodeling, it's like, God, I hope this is it.
Well, and there's the exact reason why having an authority piece, that authority piece constructed of the should ask questions, not the frequently asked questions, guiding your expertise where you're guiding people to avoid the things they don't even know what's around the corner that can derail the project, make them hate it. I helped write an authority piece for a guy that led, it was in the info marketing space. He consulted to kitchen cabinet owners. That's everybody. People that remodeled kitchens, cabinet sellers, right?
Yep.
We come to find out if you're left-handed,
mm-hmm.
you need to have your kitchen designed entirely different than somebody who's right-handed if you want to enjoy it.
I never even thought of that.
Right. That blew my mind. I'm like, Kevin, that's a whole book. It's like sub-guide in and of itself. All the things left-handed people didn't know about their kitchen and how they could immediately improve it today. Like, that's a great little lead gen piece. So we did that. And those should ask questions are so important. And it can frame blogs and social media posts, but when you package it into an authority piece, it's powerful.
Nice. I love it. So let's take that one step further, because I know that everybody, the majority of people are in the build it and they will come mode. And it's like, no, you still gotta do something with that. So what do you do with them? With
those authority pieces?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they become your cornerstone of your marketing. It's like a guide point. Here's an example back to my business. So in this book, Sleep Better, I'll hold it up.
Yep.
This goes out on video, right?
Yep.
Yeah, perfect. So in this book, we talk about sleep hygiene. One of the things about sleep hygiene is reducing screens an hour before bed, cutting out the blue light, because it tricks your mind into thinking it's daytime. And one of my vendors has removed, this is like a number bed, so air supported sleep. They've taken away the remotes.
Mm-hmm.
They want you to use their app because it saves the money. Well, I can't be the guy that wrote the book and then give you the device that contradicts the book. So these authority pieces become not only cornerstone marketing, but it's like conviction, it's purpose, it's integral,
mm-hmm.
and it's things you can stand on. And when you point that out to people and they want the app, you can say, look, I'm not going to be in your bedroom slapping your hand, but you did get our book and you remember the point you read about blue screen. So we're going to give you the remotes because that's going to help you sleep better. But if you want to use your phone, go ahead. So for us, like it is that guidepost. When done right, these things become very powerful to the integrity of your business.
Nice. I love that. Well, and two, it allows people to make decisions faster, easier. It's like, oh, that sounds like a great idea. Does it fit with our integrity? No. Okay, well, we're not doing that then, because this is where we sit. And that is immensely powerful and key. So give us an example of a Cinderella story of one of your clients that you've worked with.
So this was in the home furnishing space. This was a Natuzzi sofa store. Very concerned about a big national chain competitor coming into their town. So they would sell routinely one sofa for $4,000. This national chain competitor could sell you a bedroom, a living room, and a dining room set for $4,000. Okay. And their quality is okay. It's not Natuzzi level, but if you got to furnish a whole home and you got $4,000, one sofa, whole house, so they were really concerned. And I said, the issue you guys have is you're merchandising, you're presenting an experience just like they are. You got the brown sofas over here, the power sofas over there. Nobody uses their sofa because it's got a recliner in it and it's brown. They want their living room to complement how they function. So we designed some avatars. The sacred room, like my grandmother, her living room, you sat in it and you talked. You didn't wear shoes, no food or drink, and you were quiet.
Yeah.
Grand Central Station, kids are doing homework on this chair. You're eating lunch on this chair. TV's on. Coffee table lifts up. It's stain-proof fabric, super durable because you got pets. It's a wild mess every day. Okay. Then we had the power couple room. This was the couple maybe still working. Kids are out of the house, but they need the doodads to plug in phones. They definitely want power. They definitely want some tables, and it's got to be comfortable for a long time because they sit together for 5 hours a night, each doing work, and that's their marriage. Okay. Great for selling sofas, not great for lasting marriages, but whatever. So we designed those avatars, and there were a couple others, and we completely re-merchandised the room, the showroom, and then it became a question in the sales process, not of, so tell me what, so you're here for the big sale, you like brown sofas or black sofas. It became, tell me how you use your living room.
Nice.
And it became a conversation.
Right.
And I flipped the script entirely. And I've translated that to deck builders. Tell me how you entertain. Tell me, is this the husband's thing or is this your thing as the wife? And if we found out it was the husband's thing, then it was, well, let's build in coolers into the benches for beer.
Right.
And a lot of those tweaks didn't add material costs because you could build stuff like that off the cutoffs, and it wasn't even a whole lot more labor. Yep. But the price elasticity, that price elasticity stretched because I'm getting a deck with built-in bench beer coolers, guys.
And they're talking about you forever.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like even taking like this impervious deck boards that don't rot. They come in different colors. I'm like, so the basic color to the premium colors, not much in the grand scheme of the project. No, we'll find out if they're sports fans and put their favorite sports team color in. See if they go that way. No, zero cost of labor, zero cost, nominal cost of material, price elasticity. They were able to bid out decks at a higher price than anybody else. So
you just gave 6 people I know a whole new plan on rebuilding their deck.
Yeah. And then for the ladies, like, let's make it a sanctuary. Deeper, build in bench seating around, but deeper. And then because we want the pillow cushions to look beautiful for 5 years running, let's put lift seats up, cushions can go in, and put some flashing on the underside so water doesn't get in. Again, a little more labor there, but man, what a return on that investment, because it looks like a magazine page for 5 years.
That's
and
awesome.
It's easy.
I love that. I love it. So what are some of the stumbling blocks that somebody might be having right now and they're thinking, oh my God, Jeff, I need you in my business so bad?
Like their stumbling blocks. I mean, I think
lack of money.
It's that, but I mean, I work with people like on, so my big goal is to have 6 to 12 very important relationships where I'm sharing in the upside that I bring of revenue and or equity. So I work a smaller retainer up front because I'm looking big picture. I'm not the usual coach where I've got a coaching group and I've got a product and a course. I've been there, done that. I don't want to do it because my goal long term in that 5-6 years is to, in that RV lifestyle, have campgrounds I own, visit the businesses I have. I don't want to get stuck somewhere where it's about to turn cold and I got to chase clients. Right. So working with me is it's more about the heavy lift is, are you ready for this commitment? Not even so much about money, because we'll get there. But money can be an issue. I think the biggest thing that's people get so hung up on is, well, my customers won't pay for that. I need to be the price person. Why? Says who? You want to like work on the bloody shores with everybody else, Amazon's coming for everything. I just saw an ad. You can now do hearing aids with your phone and get a hearing aid for yourself at home.
Wow.
You don't even need to go to an audiologist.
Crazy.
So tech, Amazon, again, it's my ethos. It's the battle on Main Street, living in an Amazon world, right? Like, how do we get around that? It's experience.
Absolutely.
It's experience. Here's where that audiology thing is going to go wrong. People are going to try it. They're going to feel rewarded because they save money, didn't have to book an appointment and wait 4 weeks. Maybe they got the hearing aids in just in time for little Johnny's play school graduation. But I guarantee you, when that piano and those kids flare up and those hearing aids are turned to 11 and they blow their ears out, they're going to go back to the audiologist, right? Because there's skill. There's the should ask questions that I've used price elasticity, and maybe people have wondered what that is. Well, it's the difference between being a low price leader and the premium price luxury service provider in your market. It's spreading that difference. And it always goes down to that experience and establishing authority that you can give your people. So, it's price. Sometimes it's finance. A lot of it's self-limiting belief. It's, well, my industry does it this way, so I have to too. And no way. Like my retail mattress store, I love it. I like put my chest out, stand across the line, like tell me I have to do it that way. And I'm going to like put my nose across that statement first, but I'll probably step right through it. I'll do it my way. And it's been successful for us. So those three things, the money you don't have to worry about. Don't worry about what your industry does. And then just get out of the bloody shores. Go swim in some blue water, for crying out loud. Nobody's stopping you. Everybody else is distracted on the beach. Go swim.
I think it's so important to be around somebody like you, because you think about this all day long. They're thinking about their thing and, maybe how to improve the thing, but you're looking at it from a totally different angle, which I find fascinating. And I'm thinking, it comes back to that. You look at it for 5 seconds and go, what about this? And they're like, I never would have thought about that in a million years. And it's, to me, it's being able to see that. We think that, I have to sew a better seam on the dress to be able to charge more. I need to be able to, and we're looking at this minutia that has nothing to do with the big picture of the business.
Yep. Exactly.
Love it. I know our listeners are going to want more from you. How did they start their journey with you?
Yeah, it's real simple. Go to thejeffg.com. So you don't have to learn how to spell Giagnocavo. It's just the Jeff G.
I thought you were going to say that's really easy. Just go to Jeff Giagnocavo.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I'm smarter than that. So that's a contact site. I kind of set it up like those old school choose your own adventure novels we read in middle school. So if you got questions on sleep, you can get some info on that. You like what I'm talking about, being an ally for integrators, and we can connect on some visionary stuff, help you expand your business that way. Big ticket life info's on there. So you want to be a Facebook friend, you can click there. So it's that site. It's kind of the clearinghouse for everything I do, thejeffg.com.
Love it. We will, of course, have Jeff's links in the notes. Absolutely. Nice. So I get to ask you, Jeff, at what point in life did you know that you were a special kind of crazy enough to think that you could become an entrepreneur?
So I was, the 2 years of my adult life, I was on a W-2, was for a building products company. Meteoric rise within the company. They eliminate my position because they eventually don't like the margins they're working at, even though I tried to get them to sign an agreement that said if that day came, they would keep me where I was. Well, that day came, they didn't. I left. Quit that job a week, 2 weeks before I got married. And just went home and told my wife, I'm leaving this job. I'm going to put in my notice right after our honeymoon. I've already found an ad in the paper. I'm going to go interview for it. I'm going to get the job because it's a direct parallel, but I believe I'll be able to be my own entrepreneur. And that was the truth. And
she had 2 weeks to go, do I still want to go through with this?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I literally took manuals and books and price lists with me on the honeymoon. Because
Sweet.
I wanted to hit the ground running. And
Nice.
so that was the moment. Like, I'm not going to do this, because one of my guiding principles is integrity is what you do when no one's looking. And in that moment, their integrity was massively in question, because it was all on the table. I had a feeling that me going after the national accounts at lower margin would be a problem long term. They said it wouldn't, and then it was. And it just became a thing of, I can't trust you. Like, I like these people, but you've shown your cards, and I'm not going to invest any more of my time. Doesn't make your product bad, doesn't make your people bad, just means I just can't get down anymore with this. Made that decision and haven't looked back. That was 21 years ago.
Excellent. Love it. Love it. Jeff, you have been absolutely awesome. Any last words for our peeps?
I would just, again, I'd say, just don't be constrained by what you're told, right? Like, there's, especially when you look at how our lives have become so algorithmic, watch what you say on these channels, because you get your account suspended and throttled. Push back on that. Don't, I said, don't play on the bloody shores, go swim out in the blue ocean. Do that in every regard. Life is so much better.
I love it. You have been absolutely awesome. Again, thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, and I know how valuable it is.
Thank you for having me. Loved it.
Awesome. Peeps, this is Michelle Nedlick. Thank you for being here with us today. Be sure to subscribe to the show and share it with your friends. We love helping entrepreneurs grow. Thank you for listening to our show. I'm all about being a resource center for entrepreneurs to give them the information and the support that they need to make it in business. As such, the notes for this show can be found at our website at awarenessstrategies.com/blog. Be sure to subscribe, give us a rating. I like 5 stars personally, and share with your friends.